Hey everybody, it's Tech Comics. I went and did something today. First, gotta crack up one of these Hawaiian beers, man. I feel like in a Hawaiian mood. Well, I went to a Comic Con today. I went to the Rose City Comic Con, and I ran into a fellow YouTuber that we all know. And hopefully, at the end of my video, I can post a picture and show you who I met. If not, then hey, just look for Instagram because I'll have it on Instagram. But I'm just still trying to learn how to link things together. I could do it with like video, but I don't know if I can do it with like a picture per se. But then I did get some sweet footage of my Uncle Randy, which was cool. Got him to give a little shout out to Mr. Rigor Mortis for for the video, which was cool. It was just a little inside joke. But yeah, I got some books that I got signed by Randy, of course. I got a David Finch signature. I got a bunch of Mike Allred signatures, which was cool. Bought a CD too, but he didn't have it, so he's gonna drop it off at our local LCS, because I go to an LCS that he goes to. He knows the guys there, and I know them, so he's gonna put it in my pull box. That's what I'm talking about. That's pure rock right there, man, for comic books. You know what I'm saying? No, but anyways, today was just phenomenal. They were busy. They were packed. I couldn't believe how many people were there. And as soon as I heard the YouTuber's voice, I knew who exactly it was. Turned around, I think he was kind of surprised to see me too. It was cool. It was really cool. Just kind of bumped into each other. It wasn't like it wasn't like we were trying to. We just bumped into each other. But I took the back of the program and I started using my marker pens on it. I figured this is the closest that I have to a comic book to see how the markers would come up. And I thought they did pretty good. It wasn't too bad. I mean, they're a year old. I went to the Rose City Comic Con. Really cool. I mean, this thing was huge. I'm not kidding, people. It was huge. I'm pretty sure the YouTuber that's going to shoot a video that I ran into there too, he's going to probably show the same stuff. You know, he's got better cameras than me, so that's cool. But it was just awesome. It was awesome running into him, talking about comic books, talking about, just like videos that we've both done in the past that we really enjoyed watching, that we each other did. This whole area here, guys and girls, that was all Artist Alley. I kid you not. You can see the line right there. I come walking in. I'm gonna try to do a rigor mortis here. I love how Rig does this. Does better than me. I come walking in right here with my son. Boom, right in Artist Alley. I got to locate all of them. There were some artists there that, they weren't there. I mean, they were supposed to be there, but they weren't there. They didn't show up, and I was just like, Adam Kubert. Had some books for him, man. I just missed him. Terry Dotson was going to show up only on Sunday. I was like, damn. But I mean, we're talking, they had some pretty good TV personalities, TV actors and stuff like that. Like they had Wallace Shawn. He was, from Princess Bride. They had Pauly Shore. They had Kevin Sabo. They had Will Wheaton, from Star Trek and also from Big Bang Theory. They had a bunch of people from The Office there. Oscar Nunes, I believe that's what his name is. Ross Margaret, I pronounced the last name wrong, my bad. Jason, show. Just show. They were there. There's a guy from Princess Bride, Pauly Shore, Will Wheaton. I'm just going to show you the pictures of the actors and extras that are there. And Lou Ferrigno. Pretty sweet. There you go, homeboy from. God, I grew up watching all the movies with him in it too. You know what I'm saying? And there's the girl that was in the movie with him, which was My Science Project, I believe. No, Weird Science. Damn it. You know what I mean? It was just so cool. They were there. I didn't get a chance to go up and see them though, because I was literally just trying to find out where all my artists were. Oh yeah, and Tim Curry was there. So cool. Mike Allred is a huge fan of his. And probably not a lot of you knew this, but Mike Allred, he did an album cover or two for the band called the Monkees. They had a TV show back in the day. He did album cover for them. I want to say he did some stuff too for the movie Rocky Horror Picture Show. It was more like something with Tim Curry and I can't remember pronounce his last name. But Mike Allred's a cool guy, man. Seriously, he signed all my books for free, and I gave him a fat stack. That's why I bought a CD, and he's gonna drop it in my. And at our local LCS in my Dropbox. Yeah, rock on. This music's good. I also, let's see here, got some signatures, like I said, from Randy, my Uncle Randy. and David Finch, because all the other guys, man, they weren't there. Kind of sucked. But so let me get off first by showing you guys this print. This wasn't the print that I originally saw, but he told me it was a commission piece that he did just for Hawaii, and I guess he couldn't sell it here. But he did this Silver Surfer, Uncle Randy Amberlin, man. We got signed right there in silver. Freaking love this, man. Just awesome. Randy's the man. I'm telling you, he's got some sweet prints. This print here, I want to say it was like it was like $10, $10 or $20. I just can't remember because I was just having a good time talking with Randy. It was just great to see him because I missed him the last couple times. But he has really good deals on his prints. I tell you what, I mean, the guy's just awesome. You all know how I feel about Randy. He's my uncle. I mean, that's all I gotta say. So when I went to go see David Finch, this book is actually from my collection. And I thought about getting it signed, but then, you know, it's like $5 a signature, and I had to really put myself on a budget. And when I went to this con, you know, I was really looking for my Web of Spider-Man 127. Nobody had that book. And I kid you not, I probably went to like at least 10 to 12 to maybe even 15 vendors. I mean, I literally, like, almost every time I turned around, there was a long box, there was a short box. People were selling books for $1 a piece. And then, you know, of course, they had the half-off sales. But I mean, I scored big on the dollar bins, hugely. And I got a couple of books for my runs, but nobody had Web of Spider-Man 127. That book is going to be my spike in my casket. But so I took this one, figured I'd get David Finch to sign it, and I changed my mind. I was like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, I don't need to sign that one. These are going to be out of order, so please forgive me, but I'll tell you exactly the story behind them. Okay, this book here, I found this one in the dollar bin. I was like, are you kidding me? There was a huge run. I'm trying to watch my words here. There was a huge run of Ultimate Spider-Man, but I saw this one, and that was the one I wanted to grab, because like I said, I wanted to save money. Found this one in the dollar bin. We all know the story behind this book, you know what I mean? Adam Kubert. It's got a little bit of spine ticks, but I don't care. This is probably like my 4th copy. Great book, man. Great book. For $1, I ain't gonna leave that. I came across a lot of my Marvel Comics Presents, you know, and I was stoked because I found this one here. I'm not gonna pull the back out, but as I'm grabbing for these books here in this long box, this guy was there, and I just asked him nicely. I said, hey man, do you mind scooting over just a little bit so I can get this box? And we're on the ground, okay? We're on the ground. I'm digging. I mean, I'm digging. And he would move. So I started pulling out these books, and he started freaking out. He's like, oh, those are down there? I said, yeah, but I'll let you look at them when I'm done, you know? Because I ran into a lot of people there that were just, you know, it was either their first time there, first time being at the Comic-Con, or they, you know, they've been many times. And the people that were being nice and being cool, like I felt were being nice and cool, I was helping them out. You know, if I dug out a book and I already had it, or, you know, I wasn't sure if I really wanted it, I'd show them. If I heard them talking about something, they would either take it or they wouldn't. But this guy's being such a turd sandwich. I'm like, dude, man, you know what? I'm not going to let you grab any of these Marvel Comics Presents. I'm going to grab all the ones I need. That's a beautiful Sam Keith cover. So there you go. There's that one. All these ones I don't have in my PC, and they're all $1. There's another Sam Keith. Marvel Comics Presents 96. That last one was 102, by the way. Sorry. You know, these ones always have two-sided covers. Here's another beautiful Sam Keith cover, 94. Didn't have this one. Now I do, for $1. Are you kidding me? There was a lot of Thor books, too. God, man, I had to put back so many books because I wanted to just make sure that, you know, I had the money to buy that 127 if it was more than what I wanted to pay for. And I started grabbing these Marvel Present books toward the end of the day because I figured, you know what, I couldn't find it then, it was gone. Here's another Sam Keith, number 90, cover for Marvel Comics Presents. You know, and of course Wolverine was their baby that they were driving on this series along with Ghost Rider. Here's Weapon X, didn't have this one. Barry Windsor Smith, goodness right there, number 84. Here is number 76, another Barry Windsor Smith. Beautiful, you know what I'm saying? I know somebody that likes this a lot. These covers, he loves Barry Windsor Smith, and that is the one, the only. Let me take a sip real quick. Oh, oh, let me put that down with it. Oh God, sorry, I drank too fast and it's warm in my garage. The name of the comic book on YouTube will come to me in a few minutes. So I'm just trying to make sure I don't take too long. Here's Punisher War Journal. I grabbed it. Craven cover. You know what I'm saying? This is where I can say, ha 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 ha, look what I got, Davis. Davis probably has that one, so I ain't worried. Here's Darth Vader, number 25. I just love that cover. That was just insane. So I grabbed it for that. I don't have it. And, you know, like I said, beautiful cover, man. I already have this book, but I figured do it for $1. Amazing Spider-Man. 539. They had a bunch of the Back in Black books, but, you know, like I said, I had to watch what I was spending. And this book here, I wasn't sure or not, and I don't care now, but I thought this was the first appearance of Punisher, first female Punisher. I'm probably wrong. I don't care. I still need this book for my run, but I just thought, oh god, for $1, you know, it's pretty sweet. Gosh, I'm trying to think of the YouTuber's name right now, and it's kicking my butt. I know who it is. I know who it is. He wears a cowboy hat, man, and oh goodness gracious, goodness gracious. They'll come in a few minutes. I feel bad too. I feel like a turd sandwich right now. I did not have this one to go with my Midnight Suns special. Well, this is special edition Ghost Rider Director's Cut, and the, you know, as you can see, because one of the cycles in a little bit of a ting right there, but I don't care. Got it. God, and his name just popped in my head. Couldn't believe I found this for $1. We all know the just behind this book for $1. Like, it's mine. Tim Drake, right? Tim Drake or Jason Todd, one of those two. It's one of the Todds, one of the Drakes. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I know who it is, but you guys know. This book here, too. I was trying to find a bunch of Thors, and I couldn't find any of the ones that I did need. And like I said, I was just trying to stay close to a budget. Don't go over a budget. Here's another Sam Keith cover for Marvel Comics Presents Wolverine and Nightcrawler. I know right now you're probably all yelling at my phone telling me who the YouTuber is I'm trying to think of. And dang it, man. Just, why is it taking me so damn long to figure it out? I'm pissing myself off. Marvel Fanfare number 1. Didn't have this one, and I wanted it. This wraparound cover. Marvel Fanfare number 2. Also did not have that cover. That's pretty sweet. Wraparound. Sorry, I keep that right in the frame, right? I found a Dark Avengers. I like that cover. It's pretty sweet. Mike Delgado. Yeah. Delgado, whatever. Pretty sweet cover. This one here, when I found this book, the price tag says $30, but everything was selling for $1. This table here was a bunch of guys, or I'm sorry, not a bunch of guys. There's 3 guys, and they were just selling all their books for $1. I said, man, you sure all these are for $1? Goes, yeah, we just wanted to grab all the books we possibly could, bring them here, and we just figured, hey, all of them are gonna sell for $1. So they went through them, but really didn't go through them. And I found this book. When I found it, I said, hey, you guys might not want to sell this for $1, because if this signature is authentic and it is the actual signature of this person, you don't want to sell this for $1. And I said, here, if you take it from my hands and don't want to sell for $1, I totally understand. I'm not going to trip. You know, it's all good, bro. I figure if I found it once, I could probably find it again. So he took it to his buddy. His buddy came back and he threw it in my bin and said, no, you can have it. And I'm pretty sure that's George Perez. And if it's not, I don't care. I mean, I wanted this book for a while now, and I didn't have it. And when I saw that too, I was just like, wow, because there was another cover of this in there that didn't have that signature. So, you know, and I just figured it's George Perez because right there. George Perez. So, hey, for $1, I'll take that all day. Take that all day. And I found this Ghost Rider, issue number 24. It says $8, but no, paid $1. Because these guys had everything. They were like, okay, everything's half off, blah, blah, blah. And I pulled this up and I said, so wait a second, then how much is this? And they go, well, I said, it says $8. He goes, oh, it's an old price tag. It should just be $1. I'm like, I'll take it, you know. They had a lot of other stuff half off, but that should have been $1. I needed this one too, Spider-Man Chapter 1, number 2. Paid $1 for it. Very happy about that. Here's another Craven cover. 244. Spectacular Spider-Man. For $1. They had a lot of Spider-Man. This was insane. Silver Surfer number 86. I needed that. I was looking for, because in Volume 3 of Silver Surfer, they have, you know, a bunch of appearances of Thanos, and it's supposed to be like a lot of his kind of like second or third or fourth appearances of Thanos. And, you know, you also have, I believe, the Infinity Gauntlet is in Silver Surfer as being first appearance. I believe it's Silver Surfer. It could be Spider-Man. I'm trying to remember. So I didn't get that much sleep. Well, I got sleep last night, but I'm still just tired from today. But either way, I did find some of them, but the ones that I found, they wanted like 8 to 10 to $20 for these books, and I'm just like, these issues aren't that much of a key. I mean, they have a significant importance to it, but you know, and I was like, I don't want to pay that. I just really wanted to watch what I was spending. Okay, so now I'm going to get to the books that I got signed. Show you those. And some of these I bought there, and some of them, I mean, actually, no, all of these. Okay. Half of this stack I bought there, and I got them signed. So here is a Mike Allred. See how I can do this. Yeah. Okay, here's a Mike Allred. It's Fantastic Four. He signed right there. And of course, always with him is his lovely wife. She signed right there. It's number 3. I actually got this for somebody, so I'm going to be giving that to them. I actually got this for the same person too. This is Fantastic Four. Mike Allred signed right there. Number 1 is lovely wife signed there, so I'm giving that to the same person. I'm giving this one to the same YouTuber. Fantastic Four, signed by Mike Allred right there, and signed by his lovely wife. This is number 2. So I got them 1 through 5. Here's number 4. But as I was waiting in line to get the signatures from Mike Allred and his lovely wife, there was a guy in a booth that had a booth right behind him, and I was talking to him this whole time. I was waiting with Mike Allred to get signatures, and he was telling me just how like he was just freaking out that here he's right behind Mike Allred, you know, one of his favorite artists, and he forgot to bring a book. And sorry, my daughter's in here, and I told her I was going to be filming a video. She said she was going to have to come out, and she's coming out here for no apparent reason, so I'm not even going to pay attention to her now because I want to get this done. It's already going 16 minutes. So I was saying, I was talking to the guy, and I found, you know, he's a big, huge Mike Allred fan, you know, and I was like, I just picked up these books, and I figured the person I'm sending these ones to, 1 through 4, is probably good. So I looked at the guy and said, hey, you know what? I'm going to go up there. I'm going to get these signed. You want this issue right here? And he goes, no, that's all right. I said, no, I'll give it to you, man. You don't have a book, and he probably won't be here tomorrow. Who knows? I said, dude, I'll get this signed for you right now. You can have it. He's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. And he said it like 3 times. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'll give you this book. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, hey, you're a huge fan of his, just like I am, you know. And I said, you don't have a book. You're right behind him. You're in your own booth, and you're trying to sell your art. I'm going to get this done for you. So I had Mike Allred sign that. I told Mike Allred, hey, the guy behind you is a huge fan of yours. I'm giving him this book. He says, what? And it took a while, and then he finally knew what I was saying. I had my son take it around to him and gave the guy the book, and the guy was just, that freaking made his day. You know what I mean? He looked tired. He'd been there all day, and he looked tired. And me giving him that book just made his week, so that's awesome. I was glad to do that for, you know, a guy who was willing to show me what he was doing with his art and how he's going and what he's planning on doing. This book here, though, a fellow YouTuber that I know needed this book, so I found it, and I was like, no brainer, giving it to him. Craven in the background. This book here, I did find a David Finch book down the road, and I figured, you know what, dude, I'm gonna get David Finch to sign a book. So he's $5, so that's what David Finch did. Put his name and the Batman symbol. So I was really stoked. You know, got that signed. Ken, what do you need? You listening? Okay, that's fine. Just let me do this, please, because like I said, don't do that. I have the fan on to keep me cold because I'm hot. Don't need to keep your fingers cold, right? All right, cool. I'm already in this 18 minutes. But this here, these next books I'm going to show you are signed by Randy Emerlin. And I remember going to the con, Wizard World, which I won't do anymore. I went to that one with my brother just to go hang out with my brother, and I came across this set. It was like $5 for all 4 books. I grabbed them. My brother was going to grab them. I said, nah, I don't mind. I got them first. So, first one right here, got an AG Blue. Randy Emerlin right there, 2019. It's pretty sweet, right? Rogue, my favorite female character in the whole wide world. That's number 1. Here is number 2. I'm signing a lovely Tat Green. You know, so not bad for my paint pens. Being as old as they were, that's number 2. Here's a Murphinado Red. Right there. That's shadows for my stand. Rogue number 3. There was another guy who was funny. He was there and he was getting the same one signed. But he didn't have my colors. There's AG Blue again. Randy Emerlin, 2019. I love that cover. Number 4. So that was awesome. I mean, I could have took more books to Randy, but I decided I wasn't going to do that. I didn't want to bombard him with books, and I figured he was already busy, and he was busy. I mean, I've seen Randy busy, and this time he was slammed busy. It was insane. All right, so this next one here, I found this artist Mike Hernandez, and so I saw him and I was like, hey, how much for the books? And he was selling the books at his table for $5, right? And these books normally go for $3.99. So I mean, he's just charging $2 more. But he said this. He says, hey, if you buy the books, the signatures are free. Which honestly, he said, if you buy the books, the signatures are free, and I will sign up to, I'll sign up to 4 for you if you buy the books, and the signatures will be free. He says if you bring your own books, then you get 3 books that I'll sign for free, and then the 4th one I'll charge $5. So like, okay, that's cool. I can live with that. But I went around and I found these books, and I was stoked. And he did the Dead Man Logan series, the new miniseries, 1 through 12. And I had these books at home, but I didn't think about bringing them because I didn't think, oh yeah, this guy did this cover. And the other guy right there, Nolan Woodard, he was also sitting right beside him. And I went back, I figured get double signature, right? But he wasn't there. So, it happens, right? I didn't care. I mean, I got these, paid $1 for these books, and in a dollar bin, and I got 3 free signatures. If I had more money, man, I know I would have been definitely dropping more money down for these guys, because for them doing this, that's just awesome. He signed it right there. You can barely see it, but he signed it in green. That's when my green started to fade, and I figured, man, I'm not going to use my green no more. I got those done. Then Adam Kubert was there, and I was like, man, I really want to get some books signed by Adam Kubert. I like his style. I like his work. So I took this one, and I took a bunch of other books, already put them away, but he was never at his table. Seriously, never at his table. I got there when they opened, okay? I got there when they opened, and I was there till about maybe a little after 4, and he was never at his table. And there was no sign saying that he wasn't going to be there. And Terry Dodson, starting to sound like, nah, not now, but, starting to sound almost a little like what's his face? That one actor. Gosh. See, I'm bad with names tonight. Let me drink another beer. I need a coffee. The one guy, who, screw it. I'm wasting more time. And I was going to have him sign this one too, but he wasn't there. Like I said, he wasn't there. Oh, Stephen Hawkins. Need more cowbell. I was trying to sound like him, but I couldn't do it. But then I did have some books of Silver Surfer that I wanted Mike Allred to sign for me for my collection, and a Daredevil book too, because I only had one of these. I don't have multiple copies, but like I said, if I ever have a book, I could put it in my pull box at our local comic book store we both go to, and if they're in there, they'll let him know. He'll sign it for me for free. So I got Silver Surfer #1. It was cool. He signed right there on the board, and I handed him a stack full of books, right? And there was a couple of them that him and his wife forgot to sign, and while he was helping somebody else, said, "Oh man, I'm so sorry to bother you, but these didn't get signed." Like, okay, no problem. They whipped it out real quick, He signed right there on the board, which is cool, and his wife always signs right there. And there, let me tell you, if you guys ever get a chance to meet Mike Allred and his wife, trust me, man, you won't be disappointed. They're so nice. And of course, Randy Amberlin, that's my uncle. Tell him Tat said hi. You know what I mean? And it was #1, #3, that's #6. Here's #9. I like this one because he signed it right there. And his wife signed it right there like they're pinching Silver Surfer. That is so cool. And they're awesome people. And this one here, the story behind this was funny. He thought I took back my paint pen, so he signed in just a Sharpie, and he's like, oh, he was so apologetic to me, right? And I'm sorry, his wife signed right there. And she used my paint pen. And I said, no. I said, bro, it's all good. And he goes, are you sure? And I said, trust me. I said, this isn't my personal collection. This is for me. I'm not selling it. It's for me, and I don't care. I said, I know. I got to meet you. That's all that matters. And I got your signature, and I know it's your signature, and I ain't worried about it. He said, all right, cool, thanks, man. So that's pretty much my con, man. It was great, and it was just cool running around with my son. I went there for my son, and it did, in a way, turn out to kind of be there more for me. But every time I ask my son, I'm like, hey, buddy, do you want to go look at something? Do you want to go somewhere? He says, no, I don't care, whatever you want to do. I just think he started getting tired. But we did. When he wanted to stop, we stopped, and that's when he was finding some gold for himself, and he was just stoked. He was like, proud to show me later on, Dad, look what I found, look what I found. You know, I'm like, oh, dude, that's cool. I mean, he scored some pretty sweet video games for his Wii system, which he's playing on right now. That's why he's not out here doing this video with me, because I wanted him to be a part of it. But maybe I can get him to film something a little bit, or maybe tomorrow, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to splice all this stuff together and put it together. That way it's all in one film, so at the end of this video I can show you the person that I met at this con right here, Rose City Comic Con. I'm telling you folks, if you're anywhere close to Portland and you ever get a chance to go to this, it is well worth it. Pretty spendy, but it's well worth it. For all that they give you, for all that they do, it's well worth it. So with that being said, this is Tack Comics saying rock on and stick around, because hopefully I'm going to have some stuff pasted this, and hopefully I'm going to have a video from my Uncle Randy giving a shout out to Rig, and then hopefully I'll have a picture of the YouTuber that I met and my son on here too, okay? So, part one. Swish, 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 swish. Alright, enough of that shit. Hey guys, President Hall, I'm here with legendary Randy Emmerich and his wonderful wife. And Riggy made a comment about him chasing waterfalls.
We are going to keep chasing waterfalls. We chased a 1,200-foot waterfall in Canada in Yoho National Park.
Dang,
so it's going to keep happening.
Thanks, Randy.